Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you up to date with all of this week's top stories from the local area. Lyme Regis councillors have gone against the advice of their town clerk and finance officer and agreed not to pursue a loan in an attempt to rebuild finances having been hit by the coronavirus pandemic. Town Clerk John Wright and Finance Officer Mark Russell suggested the council should put in place arrangements for a possible loan of £650,000, which could be taken out if a repeat of this year's spring lockdown was to take place next year. The suggestion came after the council's reserves were depleted earlier this year due to the effects of the national lockdown and a £650,000 project to resurface the flat roof area above businesses on Marine Parade. However, following a successful late summer period, the council currently has more than £1 million in its bank account and its reserves have started to rebuild, now estimated to stand at just over £500,000 by the end of the financial year. The town clerk said the council would still be put under pressure if a repeat of this year's spring lockdown was to take place in 2021, and putting in place an agreement for a loan demonstrated prudent financial management. But several councillors said they felt a loan was not necessary at this time and went against the clerk's advice to reject the proposal. Dorset Council's finances are also looking slightly healthier than first anticipated when hit by the coronavirus pandemic. Despite overspends during its first year, the new unitary authority is said to be in a better financial position than many local councils and is expected to have its draft audit signed off by the end of the month. Additional costs to Dorset Council caused by the COVID-19 crisis have been reduced to £27.5 million. These costs take into account a range of grants which have been given to the authority by the government, without which the unplanned spending would have been more than £60 million. The GPs of Lyme Medical Practice and Charmouth Medical Practice have announced plans to merge the two under one contract next year. Doctors Martin and Sue Beckers of Charmouth Medical Practice have indicated a wish to retire in 2021 and are keen for services in the village to continue under a merger agreement with the Lyme Regis practice. Lyme Bay Medical Practice is made up of the Medical Centre in Upline Road and Kent House Medical and Dental Practice in Silver Street, which merged together last year under the leadership of GP Forbes Watson. Dr Martin Beckers described the latest merger as a positive and constructive way forward. Patients do not need to do anything to continue receiving care as normal, and no changes are anticipated to the way appointments are made. The Roman Catholic Church of St Michael and St George in Lyme Regis is embarking on a major £250,000 restoration project. Under constant attack by the elements, the Grade 2 listed church in Silver Street requires constant maintenance and has now reached a stage where considerable repair work is necessary. The total cost of these works is in the region of £250,000 and funding has been awarded through grants from charitable organisations, the Government's Culture Recovery Fund, as well as Lyme Regis Town Council and the Axwell Show Committee. Parishioners have also raised about £30,000 through fundraising activities. Exterior work will be carried out between December 2020 and March 2021 to fulfil a condition of the government grant, and the church is currently seeking further grants and fundraising with a view to finance the interior work in the spring. Lyme Regis was greatly saddened this week to hear of the death of local resident Tony Rice, aged 94. Mr Rice lived for most of his married life in Anning Road, but spent the last 6 years at Lyme Regis Nursing Home. He is survived by 3 children, 9 grandchildren and 15 great-grandchildren. Mr Rice joined the Royal Marines at the age of 18 and served all over the globe before leaving the service after 25 years in 1966. In Civvy Street, he worked for British Gas for 25 years and was awarded the British Empire Medal. He was a popular local footballer and referee and was a prominent member of a number of local organisations, including the Crib League, Allotment Association and the Royal British Legion. He also served the Town Council as a mace bearer for a number of years. No details have been announced concerning Mr Rice's funeral arrangements. A new food festival will be added to Lyme's calendar of events next year after permission was granted by the Town Council this week. Eat Festival, which has run successful festivals largely in the Somerset area, will be hosting its first event in Lyme Regis on April 24th next year. The event will have a local focus, with many Lyme Regis traders having already pledged their support, and stalls are expected to be set up on the seafront and on Theatre Square to allow for social distancing and to draw crowds towards the town centre. Event organisers in Lyme Regis are hoping that a full calendar of festivals can go ahead in 2021, with all major events having been called off this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. A drive-in Christmas carol service to be held in the Woodmead Hall's car park in Lyme Regis is in the early stages of planning. The Reverend Chris Martin of the Golden Cap team and Town Crier Alan Vian, a prominent member of Lyme Regis Baptist Church, are putting together plans for the service with the hope of spreading some festive cheer after a challenging few months. Families and social bubbles will be able to join in by singing along to carols from the comfort of their own car. Lyme Regis Town Council has given its permission for the event to go ahead, and it is expected to be held on the Sunday before Christmas, with full details to be announced soon. The RNLI is also looking ahead to the festive season and has re-released its Christmas advert starring members of Lyme Regis lifeboat crew. The short film was first released last year, highlighting the dedication and commitment of RNLI volunteers who remain on call during the Christmas period. Local crew member Georgia Robson takes the starring role as she drops everything at the sound of her pager, running through the streets of Lyme on Christmas Day to launch the lifeboat. Several other lifeboat volunteers and their families also star in this heartwarming film, which the RNLI hope will boost donations, having lost millions this year due to the impact of the coronavirus. But this Christmas, it's unlikely that Georgia will be dashing off on Christmas Day, as she and fellow crew member Tom Wallace have just welcomed their first baby, so she will be taking some time off from volunteering. Congratulations to them both. Don't forget you can stay up to date with all the latest local news throughout the week on the LymeOnline website, and we'll have another video bulletin for you next Friday. Thanks for watching.